thunder and lightning and raining, and they're shooting fire arrows at you, and you're bracing. That was intense. That was one of the best parts in the game.
Hey, I'm Tom from GAMINGbible, and I'm here with Will.
Will from GAMINGbible, how you doing?
Here he is. And you've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to jump into the game for about 2 hours yesterday. And we're going to talk about some of the fun things that I discovered whilst playing it.
Yeah, I mean, can you just give us a gist of what you played, just to start us off?
Yeah, so I was a little bit into the game. It wasn't right at the beginning. And at the beginning, the first choice I got was whether I chose a male or a female Ivor, who is the main character, a Viking warrior. I chose the female one. I don't know what the massive difference is. I don't know if there's a big difference at all, like with Cassandra and Alexios in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I think it was just a visual difference. And then jumped into the game, and I was in East Anglia in England, and I looked on the map straight away to see where I was and what I could see. And on the map that I was given at the time, it was literally just the eastern side of England. Okay. However, on the notes, I'm pretty sure the game starts off in Norway and then you travel to England. Okay. And then there's other areas that you can go to as well as the game progresses, but we don't know where they are for sure just yet.
If you can't go to the northwest, there's no point having a game. I don't see the point. If I can't go to Manchester or Burnley.
You can't go to Burnley.
You got to go to Burnley.
That was the first place the Vikings wanted to go to. That's why they wanted to come across to England.
So yeah, one thing I've noticed, I looked a bit through your gameplay, and the character, like most Assassin's Creed games, are revolved around mostly like nimble, quiet character. This guy and this girl seem so much more brutish than other Assassin's Creed characters. Can you feel that weight while you're playing?
It does. It does feel a little bit more like that. A lot of the Assassin's Creed games in the past have been very much like a parkour simulator where you run across everywhere and do tricks and stuff. You can still do that in this, but it is much more. You're much more weighted to the ground. You can call your horse, and there's cool areas that you can climb up, and of course there's the waypoints that you can climb up to and jump off into the hay bale. But the gameplay, I think a lot of people noticed and mentioned this, it feels quite a lot like The Witcher 3, which I've been playing through recently as well, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The Witcher is a great game.
But like The Witcher 3 had years of development time. This is... I'm not going to I can't say how long this took to develop so far, but it definitely didn't have the development cycle of The Witcher, surely.
Yeah, possibly, but they have used the Assassin's Creed games previously and built upon them. So Origins was the first one that they went really heavily RPG style, and then they built upon that in Odyssey, and then they've taken 2 years off from that before Valhalla's come out.
Oh, that's true, they did have that 2-year break. And in that 2-year break, they did something very important. Not only can you pet the dog, but the cats on longboats. Tell us about the cats on longboats.
That was one of my favourite things from playing it. So I went to the town of Northwick in East Anglia, and there's a big Viking settlement there with houses that look like longboats and whatever. And there was a dog, so I went with the dog straight away, and you can pet the dog, confirmed, so that's great news. And then I saw a little lad running around the corner chasing a cat. So I thought,
did you steal his cat?
Well, you don't steal his cat, you help him catch the cat.
Oh, okay.
And then you hire the little Viking guy to your clan, and he joins the boat, and so does the cat. The cat's all cuddled up in the side of the ship. The cat doesn't go on raids with you, but that's probably for the best, because you want the cat to be nice and safe on the boat. I don't know what else the cat does, but you can get cats on your boats.
So another thing you've mentioned as well is there's a few different like extra features in this that have... more minigame kind of thing, so you got the rap battles, and I also saw a clip of you, I forgot what I saw the clip of you doing.
Yeah, there's a drinking minigame, which was quite good. So you get a massive Viking horn tankard, and it's filled up, and you have to drink whilst everyone's chanting "Skål, skål," and you have to time when you press the buttons.
It reminded me of the working out in Final Fantasy VII, you know, when you do the squats.
Yeah, they're doing the squats. It was like the same kind of gameplay. But it was quite fun. It adds, it shows that they're not taking themselves too seriously, which is what they did in Odyssey, adding in a couple of jokes and a couple of fun things like the rap battles as well. So it's not actually called a rap battle, because I don't think the Vikings used that terminology.
Silent whispers all claim that you're terribly dense.
Then you've clearly misheard them. My wit is immense.
Oh, you looked out with that one.
It's called flighting, which I found out is something that people used to do in medieval times in England and in Norse mythology. Some of the Norse gods used to flight, which is just like jesting at each other. So there's loads of different stuff that you can do riddled within the world as well.
Riddled.
Riddled. Riddle me this.
So how does it feel like dual wielding the axes? Because obviously you can throw them, but also use them, but also hold both. How's that working?
You can choose what weapons that you want in terms of an axe. I think I found some kind of nunchucky kind of weapon, and you can have dual wield 2 weapons. You can have 2-handed weapons. You can choose if you want an axe and a shield, or you might even be able to have 2 shields. Like you can choose what weapon you want on each side, which is quite cool.
Oh, nice. Well, it seems we're kind of wrapping up here. Is there anything that you saw in the game that I've not asked you about? Anything that we should kind of cover that's jumped out to you?
The skill tree in the game is fairly comprehensive. It's got all the fun stuff that you'd imagine, and all the kind of demigod abilities that were in Odyssey. You can learn to unlock them in this game as well. So it starts off and you probably just have the normal combat style, which is the witchery kind of style, and then you add these crazy moves in, like throwing axes and jumping and adding poison to your weapons and all sorts of kind of fun stuff. And within the world as well, again, I only got to play in a small section, but there's different legendary animals that you can go and face off and beat. There are random like world events, I think they're called, where I found a fisherman who sailed with Ragnar Lothbrok, apparently.
Awesome.
And he wanted to go and meet him in Valhalla, so it was up to me to defeat him in battle, to send him to Valhalla. And there was there was 2 sisters that had different abilities. One that I thought had a fire ability. That was just, it was really tribal. And you know when you see pictures of like Viking sacrifices and stuff with blood everywhere, and it was a bit gruesome like that. But it seems like there's loads of fun stuff to do within the game that isn't just the main story. One of the main gripes I had with Origins and Odyssey is that you kind of had to level yourself up loads to get to the main quests, and the side quests were just boring fetch quests, whereas it seems like there's more fun things to do, and you'll level up without even realising in this. One of the main story quests I got to do was sieging a castle, and with all the Viking boats going towards the castle with thunder and lightning and raining, and they're shooting fire arrows at you and you're bracing. That was intense. That was one of the best parts of the game that I played in 2 hours at least.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm pretty jealous, to be honest. It looks really fun. I want to have a cat boat.
A cat boat. A boat shaped like a cat, or a boat with loads of cats on it, or both.
The dream boat. Like, there's no other better boat than the boat full of cats. The man with 1,000 cats on his boat. Anyway, we'll wrap this up now. Thanks for watching our kind of gameplay impressions of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Thanks for joining me, Will, and explaining it to you.
Thank you, mate.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Subscribe and all that stuff.
You better.
Yeah.